Welcome back to the lab. Sunday Arvo. Doesn't slow us down though. I did wait until it was Arvo before I fired up the air compressor and the die grinder and the angle grinders and all sorts of other things and make lots of noise and cut another chunk out of the chassis. Now that's been done. You can see, it's a little bit, could be worse, eh? It's that's been done to give us room to put an air filter on here so we don't have to run the air intake system off somewhere else and have air intake boxes that I built over here. Now, box and built, I'm using those terms loosely. They are those paint cans that I showed everyone earlier on. Not going to show you again. They don't actually weigh a lot. It's just clutter and having to have all this other peripheral stuff to make it work. Silicon elbows and tubes and all that sort of carry on. So now we can have, this filter is actually quite tricky to get this one on here, but filter straight on there, filter straight on there, and some sort of heat shielding arrangement to stop us sucking hot air from those things there, which are glowing red hot at full power. And these ones are similar distance, obviously. So we'll have some sort of arrangement to get cold air into there. We already have those there, which is, in theory, it should be quite a high pressure area as well as being a knacker duct, so we can just run a little bit of that scat hosing from there over the top of everything that's all in here to this general area. I'm not sure if you can, from here you won't see the scat, the knacker duct, but it's literally just on the other side of where my finger is there. This stuff all looks a bit rough when it's not being cleaned up, eh? Never mind. Burnt paint and all that sort of carry on. So I've done that. I need to go up the top side now after I go and have some lunch. And we have a late lunch around here. And pinch the two sides together. And that's also going to form the bottom mount flange for the firewall. We'll get on with that. That's the top side of that, all looking a bit messy. Just going to pinch these two together like this. Get the paint off first, obviously, and weld them together. Obviously, this one needs to come forward a little bit, so it's vertical. You guys probably can't see that, but I can. And I'm actually going to run a flange like this. Instead of relying on sealant and stuff all the way along here, I'll run a flange across here. It may extend up like that to make it easier to make the firewall and to screw the firewall on and all that sort of carry on, or rivet it on or whatever, and seal this area up down the bottom. I think I edited it out, but there was an area down here that was all full of dirt and debris and stuff that had gathered over the last 5 years. Very, very hard to get out, so I may do something to prevent that happening. Yes. Right. So pleased I did that. That's much, much, much better. I very nearly started on making a new one of those today, but let's get everything else done first. A little bit of a whoopsie daisy moment. Squares, little one, big one, vivid. Can anyone see where this is going? Engine cover, and that was made basically to replicate what was there originally. Yeah. Why is this line in a different place to that flange that we've just put on there? Which coincidentally works fine with that. If you see the distance from here to here, that is that distance from there to there. So we've put that back where it was. That's fine. Put the set square onto the sill here. Ran it off this mark on this flange, I should say, on the side of the car. Ran that line forward. And did the same on the other side. So, I've made a faux pas at some point, which doesn't surprise me. When I did all this stuff here, this is the original stuff that's been in here since the car was rear-wheel drive only and got converted to four-wheel drive. This stuff on the side here, not this stuff. I was quite unwell, quite broken, still recovering No excuses though. That is a reason. It's not an excuse. It's wrong, and I'm going to fix that now. Probably no one would have noticed. It didn't stand out. You couldn't see it. I never noticed it once it was all together, and it just looked fine. It looked like it was square, and no one even pointed it out on the other videos. No one said, "Oh, that looks crooked," or anything like that, because it didn't look crooked. Fine, but it is crooked, so let's fix it. Yep. Some people are going to cringe. I've doubled that up, made a box out of it. Nice and strong now. Very good. So the turbocharger won't suck the panel inside out. As if that would ever happen. I'm contemplating, as you can see by the amount of paint that's been removed all the way along there, folding a section over and making a triangle to go all the way through there. But I do have to take some photos of the roll cage before I do that, because they won't be able to see it. Yes, that'll be, yes, it'll add some weight, but it'll be nice and strong. Good. We like strong and good. 1,000 CAD jokes incoming. That should be pretty good. I'll carry on this. It only takes like 60,000 hours to weld something like that because it's so thin. But yeah, I'll weld that all the way along there. Probably not up that edge there. It might be a bit tricky. And there's enough behind this that we can pop a rivet through there, down there, to attach this to that, to that, to that, to that. Make it good. Good. I'll double check this actually lines up and is square. I might as well see that it's, actually the side of the car is not square, so that might be tricky to do, but that's got to look straight, otherwise everyone's going to look at it and go, it's crooked. We're definitely going to run out of time today. I thought this was going to be easy. Well, I mean, the bit that I wanted to do was, and then it got harder. Never mind, that happens. That's going to look alright. Important that it looks alright from the other side more so than this side. Not terrible. The black soot all over that roll cage tube. Need to tidy that up. Yep, that's going to look fine. Done. That's that glued in there. Needs a little bit of a tidy up, but it'll be okay. We will use some sealant on that bottom corner. I'm not going to try and weld in there. That will be a nightmare. Waste of time trying to weld that. I will, like I say, I'll use some sealant, but I'm going to put a bracket. I'm going to pull this off. I'm going to put a 90-degree bracket onto the skin that's in behind here, that skin that you can see in the middle of your screen. Not that it'll achieve a heck of a lot, but we might as well tie that in to that and give it some more strength. If we've got the weight there, we might as well use it. So I'm going to have to remake or at least modify the engine cover to get everything square. I still haven't done this other side. Can fix that up. Maybe, probably, seeing as I'm doing fixie-fixies, a similar sort of thing to what I've just done here over there. Make that more stronger and more betterer. This is fluid tight for the bulk of it, except for this piece at the end. Like I say, bracket on there, that'll fix that, and a little bit of sealant on there once it's all painted and everything. So if we have a, I don't know, massive oil leak that catches on fire, or fuel leak that's potentially going to catch on fire, it won't come from that side of the firewall to this side of the firewall. Right, we have run out a day. Really short video. That's all. That's all, folks. Right, cheers, bye. Then I fell into the I'll just do one more thing trap. It won't take long. It did take long. It's not finished. I do really have to go inside. Dinner is ready, but that's where we're going with that setup. So I think that's better. A lot of time chewed up. Obviously some things to do, not finished. Gaps and stuff, and there's actually some holes here that we don't need that need to be plugged, and one down there and a few on the other side. Might move this or this. there's a bit of a, see that bung that's there? That's a crankcase ventilation port. It's actually pretty close to that engine cover that ends up going on there. So a bit more room there would be nice. Okay, it looks ridiculous in the back of a little car like this, doesn't it? The size of the car compared to the motor. Anyway, all good. Thanks for watching. Cheers, bye.